This is a brutally honest review of all my luxury foundations, part 1. Because I'm sure that I'll buy more. So I'm kind of a diehard I'm a diehard drug user, bye. I love drugstore foundations, I love drugstore makeup. You have to like really give me something that's amazing in order for me to actually buy something that's like $70. That is just not in the books for somebody who's going to college, not in the books. And have you noticed that whenever a product is being put on blast, it's almost always like a high-end one, it's not like a drugstore one? Because when you pay that much, you have some expectations, and some of these don't meet the expectations, some of them don't. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I've talked about this quite a bit, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because it's one of the only expensive foundations that I own, and I'm also kind of pissed because this is my 3rd bottle. This was a foundation that I used to use when I didn't know about foundations, and I just thought that it looked nice on my skin, and it didn't actually. To me, it brings out a lot of texture. The shade range is also kind of limited when I bought it anyways. Charlotte Tilbury is a really good brand. Like, I really fuck with all their other stuff, but for whatever reason, this was just a miss for me. It just made me look like an old hag era. Next, we've got Frankie Rose Foundation. So this is a new brand for me, Frankie Rose. I just discovered it. I actually just recently worked with them. This actually surprised me. It surprised me a lot. In terms of coverage, it's medium to full coverage. In terms of matte, it's actually very matte. This does last all day. Another good thing from Frankie Rose is her lip liner. Lip liner, really cute. Everyone's gonna hate me for this, and I swear like nobody agrees with me. That's okay. I love Fenty Beauty. I love their foundation. I know everyone hates it. Everyone thinks that it's so cakey and it's so dry. But this has been like, I don't know, man. I just really liked it. It just worked for me. Sometimes things just work for some skin and some things don't. But for me, I have skin texture. I have combination skin. This I found was kind of like the first high-end foundation that really gave me like a full coverage and a really matte look. I also really love their shade range. Like, I think they have like 80 shades or something crazy like that. I don't really have super dry skin, but I know a lot of people who have dry skin said that they don't like this because it like accentuates the dryness and it can be kind of drying. So if you have dry skin, I don't know, give it a try, I guess. If you like it, then you like it. If you don't, return it. Next, we got the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. So this was one of the first brands to send me PR. I really appreciate like little bottles like this. Look how thin. It's perfect. It really is a perfect travel size bottle. It also has SPF in it. And one thing that I find about SPF, like stuff with SPF in it, like in foundations and stuff, is that usually it can come off a little bit cakey. This, however, I did not have that problem. So that's one thing that I really appreciate about this. This is definitely something that you put on with a beauty blender and not a brush though. I find that to be true with almost anything that has SPF in it. If you use a brush or like your fingers, it's gonna maybe look a little bit cakey, maybe separate a little bit. If you wear this, you don't technically need to set your face because like it's supposed to have like setting powder built into the foundation, which I found kind of cool. If you're somebody who wants to keep your makeup on in place all day and all night, but you're kind of scared of doing like the whole face baking, like maybe the loose powder, pressed powder like phenomenon isn't really for you. Like, maybe you have dry skin, right? Or maybe you have a lot of skin texture, maybe you have a lot of hair on your skin. And this foundation would be for you because you don't actually need to set it. It sets itself. I've talked about the YSL All Hours foundation like I think 3 times now on my TikTok, maybe. I have always complained about it. I've never liked it. And I still don't like it, and my opinion hasn't changed. I would compare this to probably like NYX Blur, but a little bit worse. And NYX Blur is like $10. One weird thing about this foundation, it's really prone to pilling, and I never pill. Some people do like this. Some people think that it's awesome. I really want to know your routine, because my routine right now, and every single concealer that I own and every primer that I own does not pair well with this. So this is the IT Cosmetics CC Natural Matte. Your skin but better. I have this one, and then I have the original one. When you first put it on, I really like it. Like, it makes your skin look so nice when you first put it on for the first few hours, but it's just like these things are not good for long-term wear because it's kind of just a sunscreen that's tinted. It's a tinted sunscreen, you know. And sunscreen is meant to be reapplied every 2 hours. And this even says on the bottle to reapply every 2 hours. But realistically speaking, who is going to redo their makeup every 2 hours? It just doesn't make sense. I just don't like stuff with, like, you might as well just get nothing with SPF in it and then just wear a hat if you're going outside. If you only need to go out for a couple hours in the day, this is really good. I really didn't like it on me when I had it longer than 8 hours on my skin. You know, that's just me. That is totally just me. That is my review. Take it as you will. If anybody wants to recommend any more luxury products that I should try, let me know in the comments.